Okay. Thank you for all of you who have joined earlier. I guess we will wait maybe a few minutes before we start our today's session. Okay, we will wait maybe another 2 minutes, then we will start. Okay, good afternoon, I think, for partners from Asia, and then good morning for partners from Africa. Okay, so yeah, we start today's session. As you can see, right, there is a lot of thing to be covered today. First is a tool security module. And then we are going to have a beta preview of the first solution under document. Okay. Okay, before start, right, because I still like to have very short introduction about ERPAdvance Asia. So basically, I myself was a GM or stage up to, I think, 2024 October. And then now I set up my own business running this basically as a distributor of some of the ISV, okay? And then I have a ex-colleague like Sharon working with me together. Okay, so what we do, so currently we are the official distributor for Nomin in Asia, and then Tylox actually we cover Asia, Africa, and Middle East. And then we also help some of the 6300 partner and also development partner like BeCa IT today, right? They have been throughout the implementation of 6300. Either they do some of the customization and they develop their own solution, which is actually applicable for other customers as well. So I think all of you are 6300 partner. If you have any specific solution, you also can reach out to us, and we will be more than happy, right? See whether we are able to work together. So what we do, like today's session, we introduce solution. We also do pre-sales training and post-sale support. And we also work together, right, to run marketing like webinar based on what you need. We can co-host the webinar just for your customer, okay? So these are some of the solution currently we are distributing. I think I'm not get into detail. Okay, so like under productivity, we have this. And today, right, automation, I think all of you under under Nomin, you have AI power AP automation and AR collection automation, which is under Tylox. But today we will focus on sales order automation for 6300 and also these two modules, okay? So who is BeCa IT? I guess all the partner in Asia, right? I didn't know who is BeCa IT and who is Khan. So they are the 6300 partner for more than 25 years. And in fact, right, before today, actually, we work with Khan to have this SSO, MFA, and also document for partner in Asia, right, some of you already sell before Sage had the web FR, right, which actually can already develop the web FR. And for cash view, in fact, right, is the when I work for Sage, and then under one of the collaboration with Standard Chartered Bank, so actually I have the idea to create cash view, and can in fact was the development. And I understand just I think in the latest release, right, Richard Jiang's team have basically revived this cash view, move on Asia local add-on, become one of the module in 6300. Okay, so with that, I'm going to hand over to Khan to introduce the product. Okay, Khan, over to you.
Thank you, Jin Fan. Hi everyone. So good day. So today, what we're gonna is we will bring you to have the look at our security module, which enable the single sign-on SSO and multi-factor authentication MFA for SH300. And at the same time, we will review the first beta preview for our AI-powered sales automation for SH300. Okay, so first the modules, single sign-on and multi-factor authentication. In the next few minutes, like half an hour or 30 minutes something, we will show you gaps that all of our current customer is facing. That Chess 300 is currently sign-in methods doesn't meet the modern security requirements. And that's one of the challenges that most of our customer, and I believe that is not only us, but your customer as well, we keep pushing you, asking for the more advanced solution to handle the modern security requirement. So far right now, the 300 is still only password login. That's all. And there is the case that your auditor security audit requires the at least MFA guarantee to prevent the account sharing, losing password leaking, to protect your account while logging into a financial system. And more than that, other more enterprise customer also expected that they can leverage the use of the existing single sign-on system which they have been using for all of the other office applications. Okay, so some of the partners already try to like perform some customization, but this exposes the risk of you have to redo your customization again and again and again, whenever you upgrade your customer to newer version, something like that. So what we introduce here is our modules will support the SSO system to adapt a new security system that you don't have to look at this pain point anymore. Yeah, so here is a few gaps that our client is inquiries, and maybe your client as well. They asking for MFA, they're asking for SSO, not something workaround. So I think I will go quickly on these things. Where we introduce this module, you can work back to your current existing customer base to see whether they require the modern security sign-on instead of and stay with ShareStream instead of like going for another system that offer the same functionality that currently ShareStream cannot provide. Okay, so the few cases, yes, it's again, ShareStream currently only support the password sign-in, or more than, or maybe some of you already using the window authentication, but it's restricted to your local system only. That is missing all of the modern single sign-on or even like password sharing. And what we can do, the SSO allow you to use the enterprise existing Microsoft Entra, Microsoft 365, or the Google Workspace sign-on. And the MFA adding another levels of verification allow you to protect your account from password leaking or account sharing. So this module is that really complicated to implement, or it will require a lot of your efforts to implement for your existing customer? This module is not. Okay, so if you or your customer wants to install, you can install in the afternoon and everything is ready. And by any reason that your customer doesn't happy with that, you just install tomorrow and the system back to normal. There's nothing, there will be nothing modification, no leftover, everything is just drop in, or you can take it out anytime. So your efforts for implementation of this module is almost like drop to zero. Okay, so what is this module provide? We provide two main functions. First one, enable single sign-on, or we used to call it SSO. So with this single sign-on, your Chat300 right now can behave exactly like other modern system where you have the sign-on with Microsoft, sign-on with Google, sign-on with Apple, or sign-on with Okta, something like that. And this single sign-on works on both web UI and desktop version of Chat300. The second feature, which is the MFA, is added the multi-factor authentication on top of your user ID and password. So like similar to when you log into some of your bank system or whatever, like other system that require you to enter the OTP on the authenticator apps after enter your user ID and password. This is exactly the same. We base on the TOTP and with the industrial standard. And your customer can register the TOTP with any of their existing authenticator apps, including Microsoft Authenticator, Google Authenticator, Oracle Authenticator. And this module also works on both web UI and desktop. So this is a little bit more in the technicals. So how is this happen? Okay, our module, we do not store any of your stuff. We just sit between the authentication layer of the Chat300, both web and desktop. After you authenticate, and we capture that, put in the MFA challenge and respond. Or if you are going for the single sign-on, user click the button to sign on with Microsoft or Google, and we redirect that sign-on back to Chat300. We are the drop-in layer, just intercept, and we are not storing your client credential. Nothing is stored in our servers. Okay. So this more on the detail, just to confirm that the module is simply the connector. We will not store, we will not process any of the user's information, and everything is kept secure on that provider for the SSO and case. For the MFA, it's purely between the user and the system. Okay, so with all of that details, what we can put in front of this module is just preserve on the default search behavior. We are not changing any of this. We just intercept the sign-on, enhance the security sign-on. And the release, this module is released per specific version of Chat300. So right now we are released for Chat300 version 2025 PU5 and 2026 PU2. On the enrollment, everything is inside your database. Nothing go into our environment. Everything is just stay in your customer system. As again, it is safe to remove. If you uninstall the module, everything is just back to before. There is nothing. It will cause no damages, no changes to your customer system. Okay, so with that introduction, our version right now, we have the single sign-on and multi-factor authentication working on both web screen and desktop. And we currently support Microsoft Entra ID and Google Workspace, Google Single Sign-On. The current release is for Chat300 version 2025 PU5 and 2026 PU2. if just release the new version or new product updates, we will onboard them accordingly. Or if you have any customer that still on the older versions and you still want to have the security function work for that, please feedback to us and we will verify to see whether we can onboard that old version as well. Here is what you're gonna see, but later we will show you the live demonstration on how this works. This is just a quick look at how do we enable the single sign-on to the web screen and also the MFA. Okay, so now I will show you the live demo how the single sign-on looks like. So we are SES partner, everybody is getting used to this SES Red web screen. What we added here is the common single sign-on, where you can see here. We see this everywhere in those modern applications. It's not SES Red until now. This is the requirement quite a lot of customers is asking for this functionality. So what we can do here is right now with the support of new authentication module, we can straight away sign using Sign with Microsoft. Okay, so you see that it's redirect the login into Microsoft Entra ID. And then after receiving the success sign-on, it will redirect to TwinRed sign-on. So you see that it is login into TwinRed using Microsoft sign-on. Okay. Next, we will show you how the MFAs look. Okay, so this is a very common sign-in. I type in my password. And right now, instead of straight away sign in, the system is asking you for the OTP, which you register from your authenticator app. Let me get mine. Okay, so you see that beside the normal user ID and password, now the system is asking you for the OTP. So how you are onboarding a new user? So let's go ahead and create one new user. Okay, so what happened if we sign on with the new user? So you see that this is the first time the user sign on, and the system will ask the user to enroll to use the MFA. After enroll, I can get my, on the Authenticator app, I can get my OTP. This is a new user. I haven't granted any permission. So this is just to show you the sign on. So if you sign on this user one more time, it's no more enrollment. It's just straight away asking for the TOTP. Okay, that is how the single sign-on and the MFA is working for Treasury and Red both desktop and web UIs. So I forgot to show you how the single sign-on is working for the desktop. Okay, so if for the desktop, okay, here I'm using my Microsoft Entra for single sign-on. Okay, because I have saved my password, so that's why. So again, you see that single sign-on also works for the desktop. So how to install this? First, that we provide the installation package. After you install, let's go straight away to configure using, we have the specific application for you to perform configuration for your customer. For example, with the single sign-on, you need to configure your customer tenant ID, redirect, URL, everything. For the MFA, also same. And administrator can use this MFA management to revoke the enrollment. If you have user left the company, you can revoke that enrollment or reset if there's something they change their phone or they have their authentication apps corrupted or something like that. And there is one important configuration for the SSO. So many of you deploy the web UI for the customer, maybe on Azure or something, or maybe on your home server, but is it exposed to the internet access? So by right, it still allow you to enter the user ID and password, and we are able to block the password login by setting the allow password login to the local network only. So it means if you go to the, for example, if I put this one as a restriction, only this IP range is allowed to use the password, and we go back to the Okay, so see now, your user will no longer allowed to sign in using the ID password. The only way that they can sign into Twitter system is using single sign-on. Okay, so this is how to say. What this module can bring you is bring you the modern sign-on ability to protect to enhance the security for your financial system. This is the selling point that you can bring to your customer. Quite a lot of requests from customer complain that Red doesn't allow you to use the modern security system, and we now make it available for, and there's a reason that you can bring back to your existing customer. So from now, I would like to bring back Jing Fang to stage to share about how we the pricing and how we gonna just license the module.
Okay. I assume everyone is able to see my screen. Okay, so this is the price, okay, for these two modules. Okay, where is the pointer? Okay, so we still have perpetual licensing model. Okay, so for SSO, unlimited user, 5,000, actually, for end user. Okay, and we also charge 18% for software assurance. So the year one, if SSO they buy perpetual, this is the price. Okay, and MFA, if let's say you buy perpetual and then you buy unlimited user, that is the 2005. And if you buy both, right, there is a bundle pricing. Okay. Later, I'm going to share a link for all of you to indicate whether you need the price list in Excel and more detail, the full partner margin, everything. Okay. But we actually prefer all of you, right? Potentially you can sell annual subscription. So single sign on. Again, right, this is unlimited user 2,000 per year. And MFA, we charge 25 US dollar per name user. Okay. So the rest, right, all the detail, if you request the data you indicate in the form, you will have this in PDF is going to be sent to you. Okay. In fact, right, I think yesterday, Khan and actually we just do a demo of SSO and MFA for a Switzerland shipping company. They have operation in Bangladesh, and the IT manager just straight away say he will never ever buy any solution without this additional security, especially the proposal from the Bangladesh partner is going to get their 6300 hosted on Azure. Okay, so I think after they see, right, they feel very happy. Basically, his comment, the IT manager, is he will never ever agree to buy any uh, web application or hosted solution without this additional security. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so I think this one can already cover. I think we already oh yeah. Okay, so before we move on to the next topic, right? I guess all of us, right? I think has used AI on our daily basis, and that is where for us as a partner, how can you help your client get the kind of AI ready, right? First, you need to help them to digitalize all the core business process, because right, you cannot I think if your customer, if a day in and day out still operate in a very manual manner, I think it's quite difficult for them to embrace AI. Okay. And most important, I think data is the new currency, right? So, but data, it doesn't mean any data. So that's why this is very important. Yeah. So I think for we as a solution provider sell to end user, at least we can help the customer 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, so with that, I'm going to introduce this document, which is basically, I think most of the clients still day in and day out, right, manually key in all the information into like a system, either ERP or either whatever the business application they have, right? So what is the biggest challenge? So because my first job in Singapore was a bookkeeper. So when the client passed me the whole stack of invoice, right? What I do, okay, so because some of the description is far too long. So today maybe I use a certain short form and key into the system, but I cannot remember last time what short form I key in exact the same, let's say purchase invoice, purchase the same item, right? So then next time when I key in the supplier invoice, maybe buy same item, but I use different short form. Okay. Then in the end, what is going to happen when the AI is later read the data, right? Your data is very inconsistent. And that is so-called why we need to help our customer get your data AI ready. And I think I already mentioned, right, as a human is very difficult. And this is all the information talk about, right? If you want to embrace data, but you don't have a ready AI ready data, then I think honestly, right, the project, right, the AI project may not be able to really go live. Okay. That's where I think we have the idea, how can we have a something, right, to help your client to get more consistent and high quality data into their ERP. Okay. So this is a document. So basically, I think it's very simple. When you have a document and then AI read it, the good thing is that AI read, right? AI will not, right, be lazy. Just get everything, whatever, right, in the document, and will read it. And then after that, right, it can post not just to ERP, any solution actually, maybe your customer is using. Okay. So yeah, the cost, I think all of us know, right? Direct cost, indirect cost, because when also I I think one of the partner, right, share why they use AP automation, because, right, the human will get sick. And then sometimes you expect the AP girl try to key in the invoice, unfortunately, right, on MC for many days, then no one. Okay. So, but if let's say you automate this process, at least, right, I think you can have your operation can be run more smoothly. Okay. So with that, right, actually what document does is not, today we are on, later we will show the sales order automation for 6300. But this is a built in mind, is able to not only able to integrate with 6300, you will also able to integrate with other system. Okay. That's why later I know like a lot of business partner, you also sell other solution. You can indicate in the request form, tell us, right, what actually you are looking for. And other than that, right, we also have a intention like, okay, so-called your supplier send you the goods and then come with the delivery note, right? Currently, you also have to like human eyeball and then try to key in. Of course, some of them like implement barcode, right? Maybe you just scan. Okay. That is where some of the other documentation, we also, right, this solution in terms of the architecture, right, have the different connector going to be able to connect with other solution as well, not just ERP. Maybe they have other solution, but of course we need to work with you guys to try to understand the table and how to do the mapping. Okay, with that, kind of going to hand over to you to show this first solution under document sales order automation for 6300. Bear in mind, we'll also want to extend to other system. Okay.
Thank you, Jinfang. So like what Jinfang was first introduced, the document the itself is document automation system. So our first beta previews is target to the sales order automation. And what is this? You see the AI power platform that read on your incoming purchase order in different kinds of channels, like, and it's go straight away perform matching and create your set 300 sales order automatically. The workflow is very straightforward. There is a customer PO arrive. The AI will analyze with the PO, perform matching with the end system. For our case, is structuring red. If any chance that there are exception that the matching cannot be done, then this require the person to confirm the matching. And after that, the sales order is created automatically. Okay, so the aim for the application, this platform, we support multiple channel, emails, a share folder, a cloud folder, manually upload, and FTP server or whatever matters, even the webhook, or they just message you. For example, they just WhatsApp you, customer WhatsApp you the PO, and in the WhatsApp business that monitored by the platform, we capture this, AI read it, and match to our ERP or backend system using the match memory, and proceed to post directly into your end system. It can be Chestrian, it can be Nexus, it can be B1 or X3. And we would like to say that this is not limited to customer PO. We support different document types. So imagine that if you are running the CRM system, someone send you the name card, it's just straight away pick up the name card, create a contact in your CRM system. That is the example. Okay, so at the first phase, what we're gonna show and what is ready for this first phase is we have supporting PDF file or image file, PNG, JPEG, upload, scan, or the digital produce or even the scan version will work. Handwriting also work. Then after AI already read your purchase order, it will perform matching with your end system. And if everything is perfect, it's go ahead and push into your system at the sales order. If there is something that doesn't match, for example, a completely new customer, or they order one item that you might not have or something like that, then the system will pause for user review before proceed. The system also allow you to predict the duplication. So let's say if you accidentally receive one PO twice, or you upload a PO twice, the system will stop and or flag at the high possibility that this is a duplication without silently post a duplicated PO into your system. Okay, this first version live demo, we're going to show you how we can upload the PO with the PDF file into the system, and the AI going to read this and it will post it. Okay, so here is document. Okay. For this preview version, we show the one types of document, which is the purchase order we receive. Okay, like maybe some of you already aware, customer send in your purchase order in PDF format, and you have quite a few. It's something like this. Is the purchase order, or even like a scan version. Like this. Okay, so what we can do is, how is this going to support you? Okay, we drop the PDF in, system recognize, and start to let AI to read the PO. Now, it will take a while for the AI to read the PO, depends on whether the data quality in the PO is easy to read or not. Or, sorry. Okay, so the first PO already come in, but it failed to process. And we see the second PO. Oops, both failed. Okay, let me try to update again. Let's see what's the reason with this. Oh, because it cannot pick up the customer. Okay, so if we pick up the customer, it's gone. Save, and we can post. So sorry, maybe my 300 is messing up. Okay, so the point for all of this is you can upload multiple PO at the same time, and the system will read, like what you see here, it will read, it will compare the item to your system. And for the PO that the AI cannot read, cannot match the item, then user can stop and edit the PO before they post it in the end system. I think maybe we place around with our scheduling rest system. That's why it's having some issue. Okay, let me try again. Okay, so right now I think we have a few issue with the our configuration for this demo system. That's why we have quite a lot of failure. So I hope that we can ship out so use a real working version in some time later. For the introduction of this one, we support multiple different document type. It's not only one. Okay, we can support like name, cost, invoice, customer PO, and with the connection, we are enabled to work with Shakespearean rate or other. We can add unlimited of the connector to support at the end any end system as long as there is a requirement that we will go for. We will work on that. Yeah, maybe it's not going so well. Sorry. Okay, so what we have now is that we have the first version ship it with customer PO go to sales order with PDF support batch upload, support duplication detection, and even support with the tax and unit price override. What we're gonna put into the very next release, we will include multiple channels ingestion, including email, including cloud folder, and improve dashboard. And in the future, depends on the requirement and the request from partner, from all of you, we will do the connector to other system like another ERP system or other even not an ERP, but whatever system that you are requiring, we will, if there is a requirement, we will go for that in the roadmap. Okay, so I think I will hand it back to Jing Fang for closing up this.
Okay. I guess maybe right, Kan, we are too ambitious, right? Even last night we tried to add the duplication. But what I want to share with Lana, in fact, in the last 2 days, right, I think we have internally, right, test the okay. For we don't want over promise, right? So in fact, that's why I think for the first initial few customer, the if let's say you have a customer you want to nominate for this beta testing, or even you yourself, right, you want to try it out, so we just make it like very simple, actually replace the menu type in, and currently for the initial implementation, which is a PDF or image upload. Okay. And then in fact just now Khan didn't show you, right, if let's say some, for example, you get an order, right, totally not in 6300, but you don't want the end user to log on to 6300. In fact, this sales order automation also provide for end user to manually key in, but definitely that is not the whole purpose. We just if let's say they are used, right, we don't want them to keep on switching. Okay. So basically, I think I will flag this one. So the next step, right? I think if all of you either you want like SSO or MFA demo or license, then you let us know. You can scan this QR code and then you indicate because right we don't have a lot of manpower. So if all of you can indicate your request by submitting this form, it will help us a lot. Otherwise, if all of you send in the email, then I think we had to monitor the email is a little bit cumbersome. So if you don't mind, you scan this one, and then you just indicate what you need. All these we give you the option to choose. So price this. And then for sales order automation, because we put it very clear is a beta, and we truly believe, right? Actually, we shouldn't close the door, just do our own development. If let's say, I think during the registration, some of the partner already indicate, actually you have a customer in mind. And if your customer is wearing, right, you just let them know it's a pilot project and work with us. And also given the manpower, right, we will not like say so-called like 10 or 20, we will see that those customer, right, really maybe like every day ask you, hey, can you help me with that? And then we'll put in more effort, right, to make sure the first a few beta or pilot customer, right, early adopter, they are successful. And from support wise, right, for the partner already working with us, you know how we actually what is our support level of support, so and our commitment. Okay, so and also if you have any other solution, not just ERP, and then you need some of the actually is automate the document capture, and you can let us know. So yeah. And if you want to introduce like SSO, MFA to your customer, you want to run a dedicated webinar, we are more than happy to basically like co-host the webinar with you. Okay. So yeah, I think any question, I think all of you, you can unmute yourself if you have any question or type into the chat box. Let me see whether we have any question inside the chat. I think so far don't have. Yeah, because we still have 2 minutes.
Okay, so Jinfan, I want to recover the because that was the wrong configuration. So I just want to show the uploads again for the partner to see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
it was the
right now,
wrong. Yeah, correct. So
I
see, it
think
was the wrong configuration. So we just trying to
yeah.
show how it's worked, really was.
Okay, because I guess you today you do 3 solution demo at the same time. Yeah, no worry. Yeah.
Okay. So you see the first PO already come in and process and straight away go to Cheshire and Red at the order 113. And we can, while waiting for the second to come, we can just check to see what is the yeah 113 and 11 there is 114 maybe just in. Correct. They see after our 2 PO is just come in. This PO, the system can detect everything, so it's just go directly to the system. Okay, so that as we re-upload the PO, then the system already detect, but this may be not 100% match, so the system will just detect as a possible duplication, not 100%. Not if you upload the PO exactly that PO one more time, the system will detect that this is duplicated, but maybe the PO similar to that PO into some certain threshold, the system will flag this one as possible duplication. Okay, so sorry, I leave it back to you for Q&A.
Yeah. Okay. I saw one question, which is as it similarly like the Sage Web FR, right? I think when you start implement web UI for your customer and then Sage don't have that, and that is always one. Yes, I guess because this single sign-on, also MFA have requested by many customer already. So far, yes, in the roadmap, but they do not put any definite date. And because I work for Sage before, right? I think especially one of the big challenge, if not long, currently for Asia, Sage 300 customer, we are not under the subscription entitlement. So I'm not so sure whether this is going to be like, okay, you have been on so-called every time changing the name, sometimes called Sage Cloud, sometimes called Sage Business Cloud. So basically, you need to have a potentially a Sage ID to use that or not. I'm not so sure. Yeah. So if let's say like yesterday, when we do a demo for that particular Switzerland shipping company, they are evaluating whether they want to buy Sage 300, and the IT manager basically just invite us to come to show them, and then after that the guy is happy. Otherwise, he say there's no way he will consider Sage 300 because nowadays, right, for him as an IT manager from the security perspective, he will not kind of approve purchase any ERP system without this additional security feature in. Yeah. Okay. So hope Jasmine answer your question. And I think like what Khan just now shared, right, is more protect, right? The reason why you need to have this single sign-on is more to protect your help your customer, right? Protect their data and enhance security. Yeah. I will still show up my so-called PPT. Yeah, just in case, right? Yeah. For customer beta for sales order automation, like okay, because why actually can't do this first? Because in fact, right, already have a lot of AP automation, and I do receive a lot of requests say, hey, actually sales is more important than purchase, right? Because only you have a revenue, then you got the money to buy. So then why there is a no sales order automation, and that's why we come out this solution first. So the best profile, right? If you already have the customer, it's not say you need to get them to buy. We just can participate in the beta, and then they are happy. Then we continue, right, enhance the software, and then after that maybe they can decide whether they want to buy. So that is the purpose. Do you have the demo site for us? May I know what demo site do you MFA or SSO, or actually is sales order automation? Because I want to know which product, Michael, you are asking. I think for SSO and MFA or sales order automation, yes. If you are interested, we will work with you. I think if you can help me to scan this form, then we'll work with you. Then let you have the testing. Okay. Okay. I think we can stay on one more minute, and if no further question, then yeah, I think we can end our session today. Yeah, just one more minute in case anyone have any last question. Okay, I think thank you everyone. We will send the presentation slide and also with today's recording. Yeah, and together with the link for you to submit your request. Okay. Okay. Thank you and happy Friday. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.